What is up, loose cannons? It's your boy Sammer hanging out with my boy Poppy Latte, who just disappeared. Now he's back. And our reporter from the ground floor, Devin Garnett, who's at camp today. Shitty fucking circumstances. We had to do a pod because of it. As you guys all know, Ryan Jensen went down with an injury today, a knee injury. Todd Bowles had a press conference, talked about that they don't have specifics yet. Definitely a knee injury, not an ankle, not a lower leg type of thing. Doesn't look good. So, Devin, you were there. What did that sound like?
Completely wiped all the air out of the whole camp. Like the rest of the practice was just like, I don't know. It sucked. You could just feel it. Devin hates fourth quarters. Wow. You motherfucker.
Oh, shit, way to lighten the mood up, Sammer. Yes.
Wow.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Devin?
I'm looking at my lower 1/3 right now, and you told me you were going to set me up for something. Oh my God. That's why you wanted me to open this stream. I thought you wanted me to like monitor the chat or something like that. Like,
no.
All right. You confirm or deny you've never seen a fourth quarter of Raymond James? You confirm or deny?
I can't confirm. I've seen a lot of fourth quarters, just not the last one that happened.
All right, listen. Let's get back to focus. I thought it would be nice to lighten the mood, but let's check it out. All right, so he goes down. Didn't look like. I mean, you saw it, right? Did you actually see it, or okay? So like, walk.
So I didn't see the exact like him during that play. I saw what happened after. Okay. I think I was looking at the receivers. I was intrigued with our corners. That's the one position that I'm really looking at during training camp. But immediately, I mean, he took his helmet off, threw it across the field. I can't stop laughing at this. I'm sorry.
Come on, be professional.
I'm trying. Takes his helmet off. You can hear his scream. And then immediately, I'm not trying to speculate or anything, but I tore my ACL in college, and they did the same test that they did on my knee. I feel like that's maybe just protocol for leg injuries, but they did do an ACL test, and then they brought the card out. And yeah, from there, it was deflated. It was kind of just a dead practice. It's also day 2, but like I didn't feel any intensity after that. It was
from like the whole team, you mean?
Yeah. Whole team was kind of flat. They were just kind of just out there.
Well, the speculation is they tore his ACL. For anybody out there who doesn't fucking have Twitter or anything, or if you're at the office
or lives under a rock.
Yep. It's so I mean, I'm always glass is half full guy. I always try to find the silver lining in some shit. And if you're gonna have an injury like this happen, this is probably the best time for it to happen. The second day of camp.
Never a good time.
It's never a good time. But if it's going to happen, I'd rather it happen now as opposed to the week before the first week of the season, or like the last preseason game, something like that, where you then have to kind of thrust a guy into a role and not have him be mentally and physically prepared to start. So next man up, it's Robert Hainsley or Hainsey. So that guy's next man up. Now he's going to basically get all of training camp, going through the preseason with the starter mentality. Obviously, he's not going to be Ryan Jensen. Latte is a huge, like, we fucking love this guy. We love Ryan Jensen, and the thing that we're going to fucking miss is going to be, like we were talking about off the air, Latte, is that tone. What Ryan brings is just more. It's more than what he does being a top 1, 2, or 3 center in the league. It's the other shit, the intangibles.
He's arguably the best center in football, and yeah, man, it's the tone setting part of it. It's the glass seating, the attitude. Just, I mean, Devin said it best. The whole team was deflated after he went down, because he's one of those guys that's a spark plug, like a Mike Evans when he makes a big play. You know what I mean? Like a Vita when he gets a sack. It's just, he's one of those guys that just sets the tone for the rest of the team. And he absolutely is the heart and soul of that offensive line, and he absolutely sets the tone on that O-line. As he goes, everyone else goes. We've seen the difference in the way that Donovan Smith has played, and the effort, and et cetera. It's fucking sad. It hurts. I think Hainsey's going to be fine if it is a torn ACL. Nobody knows yet. Obviously, we're speculating, but it doesn't look good. And I'm sure they'll probably end up bringing in a veteran center. And here we go. But like I told Sammer, if it is that, as much as I like Hainsey, and Sammer, you can elaborate a little more. You've talked to people close to the situation. I'll say that that have worked with Hainsey. Kid's ready. He's good, but you can't replace, what is it, 87? Devin, is it 87 games that he's played, 87 consecutive starts that Red has had. He's a freaking Iron Man. And both of us were there. Well, maybe not Devin. Yeah, I don't know if Devin was there, but when he got rolled up on against the Eagles and everybody thought he was out, everybody thought he was out. That dude, he was ripping grass up. Don't interrupt me again. Don't interrupt me again, son. Don't interrupt me again, son. Everybody was there in that stadium that saw him. You know, he did the same thing. Threw his helmet across the field. He was ripping grass up. Flicked off he fucking cursed out the damn fucking trainers. Get the fuck away from me. And walked off the field. And that lit up the fucking crowd more than a goddamn touchdown. It was insane. So, fuck.
Hey, but I was there for that. It wasn't like that at training camp. Like, it was
different.
It was different, bro.
Well, when I heard somebody tweeted out that you can what you said, you can hear him scream, I was like, oh fuck.
I thought it was a coach. I thought it was a coach screaming. It was, and then when I went back and listened to the video, I realized that voice that I heard was Jensen. I thought it was a coach yelling at them because they're on the ground. And can I address something real quick too? I see a lot of people, like, and a couple people said in the chat too, like, there's no reason that like Logan Hall should be on the ground. I get it. But like when you don't have pads on in that situation, what do you want them to do? Pitter patter? Like stuff like that happens. You try your best to stay up, but you're going a million miles an hour. And these are some of the best athletes in the world. They're going to fall. They're going to do that. So like people that are calling for Logan Hall because he beat Stenny inside and ends up shoving him into Jensen, like it's just a freak accident. I had a teammate in college that tore his ACL on a walkthrough jogging the day before a game. Like just freak weird stuff happens. They're competing, man. You can't go out there and just pitter patter and just have the O line and D line doing.
You can't control momentum. There's nothing you can do about that.
You can't control that. I want to address that as well because that's the first thing I went to. The first thing I went to. People started attacking Logan Hall, and I was like, wait a minute, no. What I saw and what everybody else saw was that Logan Hall beat him on an inside move, and Stinney kind of pushed him into Jensen. And I was going after fucking Stinney. I want to be clear that what was relayed back to me was, listen, exactly what David said. It's a freak fucking accident. Logan didn't try and go low like that. His momentum kind of took him there. And naturally, Stinney just kind of – it's a freak fucking accident. He wasn't trying to shove him into him. Logan wasn't trying to go low. He just made a fucking he made a really good move inside, and it's fucking football. They're the 300 fucking pound bears out there dancing.
300 pounds running 4.5s, explosive top line athletes, all lined up on the same line, and there's 5v5. There's like, come on, bro. Like
it's gonna happen, man.
It's gonna happen.
The thing that you were alluding to earlier, Latte, is that Hainsley has been it's no L, right? It's Hainsey.
It's Hainsey. I thought I always said Hainsey.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, all right, so Hainsey's been actually working out last 3 months, spring and the summer, with AQ Shipley, former center for the Arizona Cardinals.
Fucking badass.
All right, he was a
legend.
He was a Buck backup offensive lineman. He backed up Ryan. He knows what Ryan is. He's backed up. He kind of moved around everywhere on our line, and then he was also a coach, I think, last year as well for us. Part player, part coach. At some point.
He actually played, Sammer. No, I mean, interrupt you. He actually played when somebody went down. He was a guard or center. It wasn't Ryan.
He played
Ryan,
multiple games. He had to play center and a guard.
Yeah. And then, because they moved Ryan out the guard, right? They moved Ryan out the guard one game. Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't that he played for Ryan because Ryan was hurt, because Ryan's never missed a game because he's a fucking Iron Man. They kicked Jensen out the guard. That's what it was, because I think Ali was concussed.
Yep, and they put AQ in at guard, and it did not work. When AQ went to guard, it did not work, and that's why they're like, okay, we're gonna bust Jensen out to guard, and put AQ at center, and he did a fine job there. That's his position, and he's a guru at it.
Here's his neck. Yeah, here's his neck in the mid. He became a coach, and then Sammer. Sorry, he became a coach for us, and now he's been training players for the draft.
I say all that, and we all say all that to say that AQ Shipley knows Bruce's offense. Is this Bruce's offense 100%? When AQ was the guy here, in Arizona? No, he has gotten a taste of what it is with the Tom Brady flavor on it, obviously. So he does understand some of that stuff, and he and Ryan are close. Him and Red understand they had to be on the same page in terms of calling out the blitzes and organizing the line pre-snap. Tom Brady has obviously the ability to trump and override that kind of stuff, but that's what Jensen brings that people are not going to think about maybe right off the bat, is that he's making the line calls, and he's a smart motherfucker, and he brings the energy that you talked about, Latte. And then obviously Tom and his center have a very close relationship. It's always been that way. But AQ Shipley has been in that, so he understands all of that, and him training Hainsey kind of speaks to the fact that he was on the Pat McAfee show earlier, and he talked about how he's ready. He thinks that he's a beast. This guy could be a starter somewhere else. He's behind Ryan Jensen, who's arguably one of the top centers in the league. So you have all that to, I'm okay with it. I'm a positive person though. Is he going to bring the same tenacity that you get from Ryan Jensen? I don't think so. That's just what Ryan is. But having it happen now, having them work with that, and having AQ Shipley, who understands the line calls, which is important, the mental aspect of it, and he spoke that he thinks that Hainsey's ready mentally to take that role. That's key, man. That's big, because that's kind of mostly more important than the physical part of it. But the teams we face in the preseason and in Dallas, they're going to fucking challenge him and run linebackers up that gap. They're going to fucking run games and stunts and everything. They're going to fucking find out, and we're going to find out quickly.
The good thing is this. The good thing is this, guys. And we talked about this in the offseason when we lost Allie before we got Shaq, and it was like, whoa, fuck, what are we going to do? The good thing is that when you're on the inside, it's a little easier. I mean, the calls and stuff are going to be a little complicated, but it's a little easier to hide a guard center. We have elite tackles. We have really good guards. So he has a lot to work with. And if he's already been working with AQ and he's physically able to perform, I think we'll be okay. Plus, if it is what we think it is, what everybody's speculating it is, they're probably going to bring in a veteran that's going to push them. Maybe even start.
Treader.
Thank you.
Maybe even.
That up.
But
yeah.
Can we address the real issue though? The real issue is that we gotta start all over with this. People stop freaking calling me. The real issue is that Tom now has to teach somebody how you fold the towel over, you fold it twice, and you doused it in a fuck ton of baby oil, baby powder, and then you got to shove it down your ass and then put more baby powder. I mean, the chemistry that happens there, that's reps. That I don't know. Is Hainsey ready for that? I mean, did AQ tell you anything, Sammer?
Well,
is AQ ready for that?
From what I understand, once that knowledge was passed on to Ryan then held an actual seminar for all the centers / backup centers who are on the squad, and he does this every offseason. So these guys are ready. Hainsey's been here, obviously.
It's like your CPR training,
correct?
But it's for you have to get certified to do it every single year.
When you start cross training as an offensive lineman with Tom Brady on your team, that's one of the things that you have to pass, is the ability to understand how that towel works and everything. So I'm confident that Hainsey's ready for that. I think he understands exactly what's expected of his ass and the dampness that's going to be, between that part of his body and Tom's, right hand. So I think we're good on that. But
guys, but before I can't see the chat, you guys can see the chat. Before people come at me, don't come at me. I'm Poppy Latte, okay? I'm not hard. So I'm just trying to make light. I'm trying to smile. You know what we're about. You know what our brand's about. I love fucking Jensen. I'm fucking just as upset as everybody else. I'm just trying to bring a little bit of a slice of a smile or something to the situation, because this fucking sucks. I mean, no other way to put it. Euphoria. We signed Julio Jones the day before. This is fucking crazy. It's amazing. He's catching fucking toe tap shit, mossing people in the back of the end zone in practice, and then boom. One of our favorite fucking guys goes down, Jensen. So,
well, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Like, Devin spoke a little bit about it when not just the offensive line, the entire team was around Jensen. Not only is Red beloved by fans and Tom, like the entire team loves this guy. They love him because he goes to bat for everyone. He's the first one ready to get in a fucking fight. He defends everyone on that team, whether he's on the sideline or not. And so something like this early can galvanize a team. It could be something that becomes a rallying cry, something that kind of, not to say that we're not already pretty fucking close, but this can make you even more close. It can really put a little bit more of an added, just a little
Spice,
added,
little vinegar,
yeah,
little vinegar in the
something.
situation.
Exactly. That helps his team, especially the
A
offensive
little
line.
adversity.
Yeah, and Hainsey, like I said, what better way to fucking go out there and prove yourself, not only to the coaches and the rest of the team, but to the guy that you've been fucking training behind, the guy that you've basically looked up to in Ryan Jensen. Go out there, play in his fucking honor. I'm glad that we have some other nastiness on there with Tristan too.
Not just that, Sanders. It's also he wasn't just backing up Ryan. He was cross training that guard. Yeah. So it's one of these things now where it's like, oh fuck. I mean, we were all shocked, right? Jason's staff have done fucking incredible shit. It's been awesome. But we were all shocked in the second round when it was like, you took who? Gadecki. The fuck? We got Hainsey. We got people ready. They knew what they were doing. They see a starter in Gadecki, and now we have the needed depth. I mean, this is shit that happens, right? So I'm sure when they took Gadecki, even Hainsey was like, what the fuck? Like, I've been working my ass off, man. Hey, right. Iron sharpens iron, and now here's your chance, bro.
I got two things to say. One, it's a big difference too when you're going into camp every single day with the mindset that I got to be the man now in Hainsey, than this happening in week 8, and all of a sudden now, you know, there's been chemistry and everything built and all that, and now you got to hop in and now you're the guy. That's a big difference. I feel like mentally as an athlete, now you can go in and you're like, I have to step up. I have to be the guy. Second, I saw a comment in the chat. It would be so funny if we got Alex Mack out of retirement and we just take all the fucking Falcon legends, like all the Falcons fucking legends. Like, all right, we got a safety. We got both your receivers. Let's just take your fucking center too. And just
when did Alex Mack retire?
This year.
Oh, so he hasn't been sitting on the shelf, right?
No, this year. Like
he is legit.
Like legitimately, he's one fucking Tom Brady phone call away. Now, granted, like he wasn't on the Ali Marpet diet and like slimmed down like a lot, because when you're done, you're done. Some guys do that. Yeah. But if he's still in shape like AQ was, because AQ was retired when we signed him, Alex Mack could be one fucking Tom Brady phone call away from being like, yo, you got a bunch of other boys over here. Bring your ass to.
And you know what? Even if it's just to come in and provide depth and compete.
Just not even play. Just be there.
Guys, how's that conversation go? Like, hey, Julio. Hey, Gage. Hey, Mac. Hey, listen, you remember the 28-3? Let's make that right. Let's make that right. Let's make that right.
Come back. Come to Tampa. Let me get you guys that ring I stole from underneath you. Yeah, come. I got you. I'm so sorry that happened.
I'm sorry about that. Let me repay you by guiding me to the Super Bowl and going out on top.
Let me thank you for that fucking terrible, terrible choke job by just coming to Tampa. I'll get you guys that ring. It makes a lot of sense. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. But
by the way, Sam, hold on. Piggyback on what Devin, my son, said. I agree with. There's a difference between coming in, you know, week 8, like, oh fuck, you have all of training camp now to prepare as the man, compete with whoever they're going to bring in if they bring somebody in. But a key thing, Devin, that nobody mentioned is this fucking D-line we have. I mean, not only do you get to come in and prepare and have all of training camp to prepare and the preseason, but dude, you're going against Hicks and Vita Vea every day in practice. Yeah. Like, every motherfucker, day. I don't care who you're facing after that. I get there's Aaron Donalds of the world, all that stuff, but Jesus Christ, bro, you're going against Hicks and Vita, two extremely high-level playing players at their positions that don't play it the same, by the way. One is powerful, but it, you know, has pass rush and wiggle and speed, and the other one can just bench press fucking Mack trucks. I mean, you're getting both sides of the spectrum, and you're going, as people love to say, you're iron sharpens iron. You're going against some fucking pretty badass iron. Once you get through that gauntlet of fucking camp, I mean, he's gonna be like, what is it? Week 1 against Dallas, he's like, fuck this shit's easy.
Not only is it important that they're going against this defense, but continuity along the offensive line is key.
Chemistry.
So being able to get their communication down between whoever they end up making their front five, and that's why I think they're gonna hone in on those 5 guys sooner rather than later to get as many reps with them as possible, so that they can work on that communication, so that Hainsey knows what he's supposed to point out, and he knows what he's supposed to do, and what the guys next to him are supposed to do, whether it's Stinney, whether it's Gadecki, whoever it ends up being. Once they figure out those guys, that's what's more important than anything, really, is getting that communication down. Because when you hit week 1, you don't have to figure it out. And that's what happens when injuries happen in the middle of the season. That communication gets all fucked up because those guys are not used to talking to those specific guys.
I mean, it's why we ended up in a playoff game with Cameron fucking Brate playing the slot, because there was just more communication with him and Brady, more chemistry. That's why. I 1,000%, as soon as Sammer told me that on the phone, agree. You never, ever, ever, especially to a Ryan Jensen, want to have an injury like this. But if you're gonna have one, you'd rather have it right now.
He's focusing on his craft, bro. He's not bouncing
you're not fucking
back and
running
forth
around,
either. He's not bouncing back and forth between center and guard. I know you guys said that earlier, but that's a huge thing too, man. Like you're focusing 100% on your craft. You're going to be the man. You're going to be the center. Get all the communication. Work all the kinks out right now, and let's go win another fucking ring, man. Like
it's
next man up. It sucks, but I will say this: I'm glad the Bucs did Jensen right, and he got paid, well deserved, paid. And then this happened. Imagine if he was like, if some reason, like, I'm not saying we would have franchise tagged him, but like, imagine if we use a franchise tag on him and this happens. Like, he got his deal as he deserved and he got his money as well. So I think that's just when players get like year-long injuries, I think that's good for them.
But being able,
you know what? And we're not a Seattle podcast, but shout out to the Seattle too. I got no problem with them. You know, fuck the Falcons.
Uh-oh.
But as it relates to the Seahawks, what they did with Chris Carson, which he's going to get paid apparently millions, and they're going to pay him his injury sum and pay, I think, the rest of his contract, whatever. Shout out to them. That's pretty dope. Most teams don't do that. These guys,
well, they learned their lesson when they did Earl Thomas so dirty. They did him so dirty. He was on a franchise tag, and then remember him flicking off everyone after he got injured?
Yeah.
Dang.
They learned his lesson.
He has not played. I don't think he hasn't played since that.
There's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, there's some other stuff going on with him, but I will say that one of the other things that's
we got about 8 minutes. We gonna take a call or no?
We might take a couple calls. I was gonna say that one of the other things is Tom working with his center extended period of time is just as important as that offensive line talking to each other. It's what Tom likes to do, what Tom likes to point it out, and you're gonna see Hainsey sitting in with Tom studying a lot more now. And Tom's going to be teaching him what he likes and what he's supposed to be looking at and what he wants to hear. And Tom's probably going to take up a little bit more of that adjustment at the line responsibility, I feel like, maybe in camp at least. I don't know if it'll change week 1, but I think they're going to ramp it up. And maybe if he's comfortable, he'll be like, yeah, dude, Hainsey, you got this. So, glass half full guy here. So I hate it. It's fucking sickening. I couldn't stand. Like, I was so pumped. Me and Latte were texting all morning about how we were getting fucking – semis just watching Julio look like fucking old Julio, how quick he looked.
The same way.
And then all of a sudden, like the fucking rug gets ripped out from underneath us. You're like, oh, fuck. What? Seriously? And we're like, I'll hope this is like what happened to Vita and something. We don't know exactly yet, obviously, once the swelling goes down. But it's still, if it's going to happen, at least it happened now.
Yeah. Can we talk real quick about Julio?
Full chubbed up this morning watching those Julio highlights. Listen, all you fucking Falcons fans can talk all the shit you want. And all you fucking LDE stank bastard fucking tribe people out there with little dick energy, they're like, oh, well, he's going to get hurt anyways. Listen.
Nope.
Listen, Linda. You would be a fool if you thought that Julio fucking Jones was not on the TV 12 months. You would be a fool if you didn't think, I'm not in my office, I don't have my fucking baby or my Beck's here, but if you thought that Alex Guerrero wasn't fucking working on those hammies 24/7. Julio is going to be just fine. Believe that. It's all about the plyometrics. It's all about and somebody said that too. I think it was Ryan Clark, and I respect Ryan Clark. By the way, the Pivot podcast is fucking amazing, Sammer. Is it not? Fucking great. Anyways, the Kevin Hart one the other day when Homo was like, yeah, I like going to Luna's college. He's like,
what?
That's what?
Like,
do you hear yourself right now?
Like hanging out with naked people with your white.
Dude, I was like Kevin Hart. I was thinking in my head like Kevin Hart. Like,
excuse me. Say
the people you go to those things, the people that go there are not the most well put together humans. Yeah, but they're not the most well put together people. They're not something. I don't want to see those people naked. This is not like Beverly Hills nudist colony. This is some shit out where the fuck he's talking about. I'm not interested, dude. Anyways, go back to what you're
Ryan
saying.
Clark was interviewed and he said something interesting, and so did the Gator running back that's on the podcast. Well, they were both on ESPN. Gator running back, played for Jacksonville, fucking badass. Iron Man, played forever. Come on, Devin.
Oh, Fred Taylor?
He played for Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh,
Fred Taylor.
He
was like, listen, I did the same thing. Because I played in Jacksonville. I took my craft seriously. I was a professional. but there's just different when you take it as a professional, right? Devin, we've been around players. You've been around players. Sammy, you've been around players. They're human, right? They're human, and they're human kids most of the time. So yeah, they may work hard, but they're not really working. Not everyone. If that makes sense. And he's like, Julio's gonna take it to another level now from the people that I've talked to. Ryan said the same.
Oh, imagine the difference.
He may have gone away. Hold on. But it's not just the Titans. It's just Julio's gotten away his entire life with just being a freak athlete. And you just show up and you're the fucking man. I put my dick on the table and that it is what it is.
Doesn't
and
necessarily
I'm a fucking outplay everybody.
Doesn't have to outwork you.
Doesn't necessarily have to outwork. Exactly. At this point, he's ring chasing. Now he's with Tom. They've had a conversation. The first thing he said in his press conference was, you can just sense the accountability here. That was the first thing out of his mouth. I think, and like Fred Taylor and Ryan Clark said, he's just going to take it to a different level as far as professionalism, as far as taking care of his body, preparing his body. Trust me, Julio's going to be just fine. And he looks quick as fuck, like Sammer said. And I'm getting chubbed up again. I got to stop talking about it.
Bro, I'm not kidding. He was running with the second team because obviously he does another plays. Like Cyril Grayson's literally on the sideline, like when they're doing routes on air, telling him what route he has to do. He's going like this, and like Julio's just out there, like stick'ems, and then they start doing like more team stuff. And I mean, him and Brady threw him the ball so much today. But he looked fantastic.
Tom does that, doesn't he? Have we noticed that when there's a new face in town, Tom
new toy.
But Tom's like, I'm putting on a show with my new friend, and he just does it. It's unreal. And you can tell he's just fucking around. He's like, Mike's open over here. It's cool. Let's let Julio have a little bit of clap back. Let's have a little fun. No big deal.
Dude, what he said on what's his name, Ronnie and T-Kraz, their interview yesterday, and it was a breath of fresh air. He's like, I don't care if I have to go out there and block. And Mike has 15 catches. As long as we win, I'm happy.
No.
What a fucking difference we have between two.
That's what happens in that That's what happens in that wide receiver room in this team. You're not going to be a wide receiver on this team if you are not unselfish. It just doesn't happen. And if you are, you end up taking off your fucking jersey and walking off the goddamn field in the middle of the game. But it's one of the things that Mike, Chris, there's an expectation. Hey, you're going to be unselfish like us, motherfucker. We are gods next to anyone else in this room. Obviously not.
Well, they're gods in that building. They're gods in the city. But they're fucking elite receivers that don't give a fuck. Mike doesn't care if he has one catch. In the Super Bowl, he had two catches. Don't give a fuck. Got the fucking ring as long as we win.
Prime Julio's a god too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying when someone new comes into that room, Chris and Mike are like, hey, this is how it works here.
But you're missing the golden opportunity here, though, Devin. The most refreshing part of that fucking interview with Ronnie was,
he went to the Saints.
Hey, don't ruin my moment.
Why would you do that to him, Devin?
He said, the Colts called. His old quarterback's there. No thanks. He said Green Bay called. No thanks. I don't want to play with fucking Nicolas Cage. He said the Saints called.
But here's what's crazy.
Speaking of the Saints,
teams offered him more money. Teams offered him more money, and he said, I'd rather go win a championship. What? That tells you way more. I mean, it means he chose the team that he thinks will give him a better chance. It's not Aaron Rodgers. It's not the Saints. It's not the Colts. The Colts needed him. I bet you the Colts offered him way more money. He's like, I probably won't win with that guy.
Do you see this comment in this scumbag comment?
I can't see the chat.
Which one?
Woohoo! Out for the year, baby. Boy, my Saints gonna be all over Tom old ass. That's one. Here's another one from fucking Facebook this morning. Where is it?
You gotta have it faster, man. You gotta have it faster.
We got 1 minute left.
Move on, Sam.
Essentially saying Mike will be hurt by week 8. Julio will be hurt by week 2. All this bullshit. You stupid fucks. Fucking wishing injury on our team and celebrating injury. Wouldn't you want to beat us when fucking healthy? Isn't that your always fucking excuse?
No.
That's their whole thing is we beat you not healthy. And they always scream about fucking health. And when Jameis Winston got hurt, you fucking scumbags, bro.
Just shrug.
Fuck you.
Hey, karma's a bitch.
Give him the Tom Brady shrug, bro.
No, you can't give him the time. You can't give a team that's gonna be 9-8 the time of day, bro. Come on, stop it.
9? Who's giving him 9 wins?
I ain't wishing, but I'm celebrating. Fuck off, dude.
Giving him 5 wins, bro.
Jameis gets fucking hurt. Everyone's best wishes to Jameis, things like that. There's levels to this shit. Fucking bottom sewer fan base. Fuck you.
I got my receipts. Sammer has his receipts. I got Devin's receipts. I got Stank's receipt. Anybody I fuck with, when James got hurt, it was like, God damn, that
sucks.
I don't want to see that, man.
I will tell everybody.
We can compete. We can hate each other. I can say fuck this, but celebrate, wishing and celebrate. It's the same thing, bro.
Let's just be humans, right?
Injury,
we say it all the time.
Let's just scumbag shit.
Let's just be humans. But hey, if you guys in the chat don't know yet, go follow Stank on Twitter and grab his How to Deal with the Saints Fans pack that he put out a couple days ago.
Yes.
Fucking awesome. It's got everything you need to respond to the dumbass Saints who will pop up on your Twitter feed or on your threads talking about this, or that. He has an answer for every one of their common phrases. So deal with that.
By the way, Sammer, I'd like to know, I can't see the chat, so you guys can tell me. Can I get some thumbs up for Devin on the show today? Because he was auditioning today, surprise audition. He's replacing Stank. We're getting rid of Stank.
Yeah, not
finally.
Bad.
No more Stank.
Didn't cut us off too many times. Didn't get muted. That's a big deal.
Provided good insight.
Just give yourself a round of applause. You didn't get muted.
Yes,
that's a big deal. That's a
Stank
big
gets
deal.
Muted 3 times a show.
It has to. Exactly. So everybody out there, thank you so much for tuning in. This was kind of a little baby emergency pod we had to do because we love Red and we kind of decided we needed to talk about it, get it off our chest, and help you guys understand what's going on because not everybody's fucking glued to Twitter and everything like we are. But Devin, Latte, love you guys. Everybody out there, hit the subscribe button.
Fuck the Saints. There's a comment in there saying, what about the Panthers? We don't really give a fuck about you guys because you guys fucking suck.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Panthers. I don't know.
You guys fucking suck.
What am I gonna say?
I guess you're a little brother too.
Imagine having that quarterback competition.
It's a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah, there are a lot of Panthers fans will be throwing up week to week, but yeah. Anyways, fuck the Saints, go Bucs.
Fuck the Saints, man.
Fuck the Saints, go Bucs.